All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, who were well. Peace and mercy to the Tazadak Akim out there that's laboring his truth with all sincerity. All right, I want to say Shalom. All right, today's topic is going into the plowman shall overtake the reaper, which we know the plowman is representing, the nation of Israel, all right? And we know the reaper is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, okay? So I'm going to just, jump right into it. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. All right, and we know the tabernacle of David, when it talks about the tabernacle of David and close up the breaches thereof, is talking about the northern and southern kingdom, coming back together, all right, to, teach his word. And that's exactly what was going on right now. You're seeing the northern kingdom, Joseph on down, the southern kingdom, from the tribe of Judah on down to Levi, all right, coming together to teach his word. All right, and I'm gonna get that precept. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37. Okay, verse 9. Let me start from verse 15. It reads, this is book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 15. It reads, the word of the Lord Yahweh came again unto me, saying, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it, for Judah and for the children of Israel his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it, for Joseph the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel his companions, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. All right, and Judah represents the southern kingdom. All right, and we know Judah is the top tribe of the southern kingdom, as well as we know that Ephraim, all right, is the head of the tribe, of the head tribe of the northern kingdom, and they're coming together, to teach his word, to prophesy, because when you read the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, it goes into how the Lord, poured his breath on those dry bones, man. He gave those dry bones life, all right, and that's exactly what's going on now. The Lord, have woken up, his elect, which consists of, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, all right, to teach his word, okay? And we see the prophets out there on the highways and byways, from both tribes, teaching his word, all right, from both kingdoms, northern and southern kingdom, okay? And they're teaching, from the four corners of this earth, because the elect is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. You see, brothers teaching in London, brothers teaching in different parts of Africa, the Caribbean islands, America, okay, throughout the 50 states, okay? So that's just to prove that point. Going back into Amos, this is Amos chapter 9, verse 12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all of the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahweh that doeth this. And this is a twofold scripture, because we're going to possess the land of Edom, okay? And this we're going to, this is going into Esau, going into slavery, because we're going to dig them out, after we come down from those chariots. We're going to dig them out, from those bunkers, man, where they're going to hide themselves, from the destruction. When you read that in Revelations, the 6th chapter, okay? So that's what that's going into. So verse 13, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed, and the mountain shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And that's right, the plowman represents, the nation of Israel, okay? And we're going to overtake the reaper, and the reaper represents Esau, man, the so-called white man. Because the plowman, what does the plowman do? A plowman is someone who, who labors. And that's what the children of Israel did. We labored and built up America. You see? All the skyscrapers and all these businesses and, traffic lights, we built all those things up, through blood, sweat, and tear, through slavery. Okay? So we represent the plowman. We're the laborers. And Esau, and I'm going to get a, definition of the reaper because it proves it. It says to reap. All right? I'm going to just get straight to the point where I want. It says to gather the fruit of labor or works. And that's what they did. They gathered up the Israelites, all right, to work, and, and they're going to go into slavery for this, man, because they went into the western parts of Africa, took us from the western parts of Africa and brought us over here, to the Americas, man, the Southern Kingdom. All right, and we know the tribe of Gad, which is in the Northern Kingdom, they came over here, Christopher Columbus. All right, and what they did, they committed genocide, man. Wiped off the Native Americans, sent them to Europe to be slaves, as well as for the remaining of the the Gadites, they put them in reservations. They brought over here their diseases and hey, man, this is why they got to go into slavery, okay? Because the scriptures speak about reward them double, okay? As a matter of fact, we could get that real quick. It's flowing through the spirit. Matter of fact, before I get that, I just want to I'm gonna get Zechariah the 2nd chapter. So Zechariah 2:8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye. And that's what they did. They touched the apple of the Lord's eye. The apple of, the apple of the eye, his eye represents something that's precious. The children of Israel was precious to the Lord's eye. We are the Lord's chosen people. Okay, and we know the Lord has his favorite when you read 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter. Okay, and they spoiled us, starting with the so-called white man. These other nations as well played a part of that in that slave trade. It reads verse 9, for behold, I will shake my hand upon them, and they should be a spoil to their servants, and ye shall know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me. Right, and this is the Lord is angry every day, and he wants to get his vengeance, man, because they have dealt with these other nations. All right, starting with the so-called the white man. Okay, they dealt with us unrighteously, man. They raped, they robbed us, they stole it from us, they stole our land, they stole us, they sold us into slavery. They shed an innocent blood, okay? They put our people in, jails for, for literally for anything, man. They deal with the Israelite man, / woman unrighteously, man. Okay? They polluted our minds, Hey, man, this is why, you're going into slavery, okay? Let me get Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. It reads, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And who is our adversaries? Let's go into Psalms 83 real quick. This is Psalms chapter 83, verse, I'm gonna just get straight to it. I'm gonna start from verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more of remembrance. All right, and this is what they did. They came together, all the nations came together, for us, to forget who we were as a people. Okay? I'm going to just read on. It says, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. the tabernacles of Edom, which is the so-called white man, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, which is the so-called Chinese, and the Hagranese, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. All right, this is just going into the other nations. They played a part of our downfall. Selling us as slaves. These insurance companies benefited from our, from slavery. All these nations, starting with the so-called white man, benefited, from slavery unto this very day. We was a high stock, in those times, man. Let me get Jeremiah 30:16. All right. So this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devoured thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Right. So all, these adversaries starting, other nations starting with the so-called white man is going into slavery in the kingdom of heaven. All right. Just like how we built your kingdom up in America. All right. You're going to build the kingdom of heaven, man, with hard labor. Okay. It says, verse 17, it says, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds. Yeah, because right now, Jake is going through it, man. We're at the bottom pole of society. We live in the ghettos, projects. You see there's no health stores in our communities. Everywhere you look at, you see crackheads, you see a liquor store in every corner. We eating unhealthy foods. They defiling our water. All right. This is really mainly in the Jake neighborhoods, man. Okay. So the Lord is restoring us. You got our people dying at an early age of cancer and, just, murdering each other, because who's putting the guns in these neighborhoods, man? The so-called white man. Okay. So I'm going to read it again. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 17. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord Yahweh, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Right? They label us as an outcast, man, in society. They call us bywords and proverbs, calling us niggas and spics and, we're low lives and we're criminals. They call us black. When you go into the word black, it means evil and dark. This is what these other nations is speaking about, man, especially the so-called white man. Why you think you go to a typical, these, Elam stores and Chinese stores, they always give you the eye, man, because they label us as an outcast. They don't think that the Lord is dealing with us. Okay, but we know through the scriptures we're only suffering because, we broke the laws, the statutes, commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And, he put those curses upon, the children of Israel. We transgressed the law because the law was only given unto the nation of Israel. All right. That's why these other nations not going through it, because the law wasn't given unto them. So they couldn't break no laws to offend the Lord. All right. That was the point on that. Let me get what else I got written down? Let me go to Sirach. I can finish it off right here. This is Sirach chapter 10. Matter of fact, I'm going to get two more precepts. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So, and who is that, one people going to be translated to? The nation of Israel. Okay? So I'm going to read it one more time. This is the book of Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. And, who is this talking about? The so-called white man. He got his riches by deceit, but, unrighteous dealings, go to different lands, and just take it over and just, commit, straight genocide and, mass murdering, they'll bring the disease to their lands and, straight up take over, So because of all these unrighteous dealings and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is going to be translated from one people to another. And that one people is going into the nation of Israel. Let me get that real quick. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world. Oh, and Jacob is the beginning beginning of it that followeth. All right. So Esau is the end of the world. This is his last time ruling. Okay. And there's gonna be a new rulership with, Yahweh Shah ruling and Jacob, being those, Israel being those joint heirs, man. All right. Even those who get the 2/3 of Israel who gets destroyed on this side, they're gonna come back through through the elect. All right. So they're gonna reap the benefits of the kingdom as well. And Esau, he's gonna be our slaves, man. Okay. And after 1,000 years, he's gonna be cut off and be destroyed. And only his spirit is gonna be dwelling, mainly, with the other nations. Okay, after 1,000 years. All right. Let me read these, two scriptures, and I'll wrap it up. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 14. The Lord hath cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. And what the scriptures say, the meek shall inherit the earth. All right, and it says the last shall come first, and the first shall come last. Okay, so those proud princes is going into Esau and these other nations, and he's going to set up the lowly, because we're like I brought out before, it says they treated us as an outcast in Jeremiah the 30th chapter. We're at the bottom pole of society. All right, so we're going to rule, and this rule that we're going to rule, this kingdom that we're going to be ruling, is going to be forever. It's not going to be only for a certain time period. Once Yahweh Shah established his kingdom, it's going to be an everlasting kingdom of Israel ruling, man, forever and ever and ever. From generation to generation to generation of everlasting rulership. And these other nations are going to be under us. All right, we're going to teach them the laws. We're going to teach them how to conduct themselves. All right, they're going to, be happy slaves, man, happy servants. And after 1,000 years, they're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? They're going to, have their own little spots. It's going to be, they're going to still be under us, no matter what. Okay? It reads, this is verse 15, the Lord hath plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place. Woo, that's talking about the nation Israel. We're considered to be the lowly, You don't see you go to these Edomites neighborhoods, man. You don't see them have crackheads, garbage everywhere. Just look at the community, super clean, it's gated, they got security, police is, always driving around the neighborhood to ensure safety. They got these different programs, all right? These different sport clubs in these neighborhoods. And you just look at the Jake neighborhoods. You see some people selling crack, drugs. You see project buildings. Okay, you see garbage everywhere, graffiti everywhere. Stink in the air. Low vibrational food. But hey, the Lord's gonna set the lowly and put going to set the lowly, which is the nation Israel, in their place, man. All right. But with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And with that, Shalom.